Hi all, welcome back to the final whistle then for another stream on the channel. And tonight we're going to discuss all Leicester City struggling to back Ruud van Nistelrooy. I mean, there's been a lot of reports that have come out today about Ruud being unhappy with lack of transfer activity at Leicester City. And yeah, it all seems to have happened at PSV as well when he was there. And there's a report now come out about chaos in the changing room. We're going to have a look at all that. Edouard, the future, what it holds for him. Wifred Ndidi as well, who's been linked away this transfer window. Tom Cannon, we're going to be chatting about him. And yeah, we're going to have a look at all the latest stuff regarding Leicester City. And of course, could Ruud van Nistelrooy walk? That is the big question. Guys, let me know what you think as always. It's always good to get your thoughts on everything as we cover as much as we can on the channel. And yeah, we spoke to Rob Tanner the other day. If you haven't checked out the sit down with Rob Tanner and discussed everything regarding the board transfers and much more, then go and check that out on the channel. It's on the channel now, so if you've missed it, yeah, go and check it out. Guys, as always, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed already. Please get down and do so. It would help me out massively. Will I see you Sunday? Rumour it could be called off. I've not heard anything. I know there's a storm, aren't they, coming? And well, hopefully it's storm bloody Leicester City getting 3 points at the weekend, Terry, against very out of form Tottenham side. I think they've lost 6 in the last 6 in the Premier League. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Evening, Carl. How are you, mate? The business at the club is ridiculous. I mean, it looks like the bloody club at Leicester City is in free fall at the minute, in the board, on the pitch, and everything else. So, yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. You know. And there was a time when they asked Mick McCarthy a few years ago, can it get worse? He said it can. So, I was watching it the other day. Hi, mate. I think it's time for either the board to be replaced for top to sell. If they send us back down, need to empty the stadium for a few weeks if they don't really make any more moves. It's transfer window. I mean, I'll always support this club. Always. You know, it's... like I said, I'll always back this team, but yeah, it's not good at the minute to see what's going on, what's being reported here, there, and everywhere, and you know what I mean. And yeah, it's not good. Leo, my friend, how are you? Hope you're good. Really appreciate you clicking in, mate, as always. So yeah, get your comments in. Let us know what you think of when we discuss everything regarding Leicester. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're on the road to 5K, so if you can do it, then yeah, that'd be interesting. So let's get into what Tom Colomosse has had to say then. Firstly, before we get on to the struggles of Ruud van Nistelrooy and getting back to this transfer market. So he's in the Daily Mail. Ruud van Nistelrooy involved in a heated exchange with Leicester players after the Fulham defeat, with one player targeted of his anger, which it has been said to be Facundo Buonanotte, obviously one of Leicester's brightest players this season. Obviously on loan from Brighton, but yeah, it looks like things are getting really heated now. Leicester, of course, 7 defeats in 7 in the league straight. Obviously, we've only kept 1 clean sheet this season in 22 games in the Premier League, and things just seem to look like they're really sour, you know, and it just don't look like things are getting better. It just feels like things are getting worse and things are deteriorating, if I'm honest. let's have a look what else Tom Colomossi has put in his article. Ruud van Nistelrooy took over Leicester this season, but the side are in awful form. He has been vocal about the lack of backing from the club in this transfer window. So, yeah, Ruud, when he was at PSV, they sold his best 2 players, and then they lack of commitment in that, when backing him and that at PSV. Obviously, he did walk from PSV. I mean, if the club are not going to back him this transfer window, I mean, we've only signed one player in Woyo Koulibaly for £3 million. And yeah, it's one of them where could Ruud van Nistelrooy walk is the question. Is the pressure getting to the manager now? And like I say, it'd be a big call if Ruud was to walk from Leicester at this point. Ruud van Nistelrooy was involved in a heated exchange with his Leicester players after the home defeat by Fulham, with Kundo Buonanotte amongst those on the receiving end. The Foxes have just suffered a 7th consecutive defeat that leaves them fearing a second relegation in 3 seasons ahead of a crucial clash with Tottenham. So it looks like it's gone toxic. In my opinion, it looks really toxic at the minute. Yeah, all the stories you don't want to be reading, do you, to be fair? Fossil, my friend, hope you are good. Everyone go and follow Fossil. If you haven't or followed Fossil already, then go and check him out on his X page. He does some fantastic Leicester City news and that. He follows everything Leicester City, Leicester men's team, women's team, the academy and everything. So yeah, go and check out Fossil. It'll be fantastic if you can do that. So yeah, good evening, sir. Everyone liking up the stream. Yeah, hit that like button for me if you can. Really appreciate it. I can see Ruud walking, and we'll end up with Sean Dyche. Well, it's going to be interesting to say the least of what happens now. Obviously, Leicester have got 11 days left of the transfer window, and we've only brought one player in, and the club's a mess. Honestly, this club is an absolute mess, in my opinion, and you know, we need a big shuffle in the board. We need massive back in this transfer window, if I'm honest, you know. And yeah, this is a big issue. Obviously, profit and sustainability again. Concerns over Leicester is that cloud just doesn't seem to go away. Do you get what I mean? And yeah, it's mad. It just felt in January that it was really make or break with Leicester. If it's break, then it's like we've not got a good enough squad to compete. Obviously, former players have spoken, like Alan Smith. He just don't feel the squad's strong enough at all. I mean, I watched his interview on Sky Sports the other day, and yeah, this squad, the defence is a massive issue. You know, we've not got good enough defenders. You know, and things just don't agree. Hello, Andreas. How are you, mate? Hope you're good. Yeah, going down. Yeah, we don't really want that. I mean, Rob Tanner spoke about it when going down the other day. He said if Leicester go down, it's two relegations in 3 years, and he said, you know, they'd have to go with the FL with maybe a business plan. Maybe there's like a fire sale with big players leaving the club, like Wifred Ndidi, players like that. El Kanous could leave, Matt Hermanson, them types of players. Points deduction could be well and truly on. Transfer embargoes and stuff like that. So it's very risky if we do go down, and the club might not be the same again. Let's be honest, it could ruin everything. Rud King can't open the curtains, mate. Honestly, it's free fall. I can see it's going straight down to League One. I mean, if we do get a heavy points deduction next season, if we go down this season, then yeah, it's not going to look good, is it? Like I say, it's not going to look good at all. We're just in free for all at the minute, and yeah, I can see Ruud being sacked before the end of the season if we do bring in Big Sean. The thing is, though, we've only not long sacked Steve Cooper 2 months ago, and yeah, this is the thing, you know, you can't. I just don't think we can afford to sack managers. If we can't afford to bring players in, to spend big in this transfer window, then, you know, I don't think we've got the amount to even sack Ruud van Nistelrooy, if I'm honest, with this whole profit and sustainability thing, because it goes to the same, doesn't it? It goes in your like whole calculations and that and whatever it is, and yeah, this is the thing. But yeah, reading on from the report, this was the second time in as many matches that temperatures were raised in the dressing room. Let me just move my little sign out of the way to find out what's up. Mail Sport understands that following the 2-0 defeat by Crystal Palace on January the 15th, some senior players held an inquest with the rest of the squad, trying to go generate greater resolve and determination to escape the bottom three. I tell you what, we need some massive fucking fight in this team if we are to escape relegation this season. And it just looked like this squad haven't got the desire and fight to do it. I say that this should have been done every game this season, you know, the fight, the desire and everything, you know, a real commitment. And yeah, we've lost quite a few games. The message did not seem to be heeded, as Leicester's display against Fulham was worse than the Palace one and caused fans to turn on the board and Ruud van Nistelrooy. Obviously, the weekend there was chance of sacking the board, rocking out, and then Ruud was, you don't know what you're doing, because the fans wasn't happy with the substitution what Ruud made, bringing El Khanous off Harry Winks for Skip and McAteer. So, yeah, the fans made themselves voicely well known. And just things like everything seems to be very toxic, you know, and just from the board down to the squad and that. And yeah, things just don't seem to be improving, you know. And if we don't get anybody in this transfer window, we only sign Woyo Koulibaly, yeah, we're in deep, deep bother. Let's be fair. I mean, Mads Hermansen's still injured. Ndidi, I don't know what's happening. Evening, and this is quite unbelievable. It just feels like everything what you read now regarding Leicester with the reports that keep coming out are very negative and adds on. It just basically keeps adding fuel on, doesn't it? You get what I mean? We will not sack Ruud, but he could walk if we don't give him the funds. I mean, like you say, Andreas, you know, Ruud wasn't given the backing at PSV. Two of his key players left. They sold them on. They never replaced them. And then they lacked to even back him, you know. So he walked from there because he wasn't happy for the same reason. And the thing is with the board, they've got to be honest from the front. Ruud says, yeah, we had conversations and that, but yeah, Enzo were fuming. He questioned them and he wanted a shuffle. Brendan Rodgers, he questioned when he couldn't get a rebuild what was happening, but I think Brendan knew more than what he let on, to be fair. And yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them things. And obviously, Steve Cooper, they spent £80 million in the summer for players that are more bench players and squad players than anything else. Obviously, El Khanous is a starter, Buonanotte is a starter. Jordan Ayew started a few games. But yeah, then we sold Dewsbury Hall for £30 million. We spent 50 million quid. We're going to regret selling Tom Cannon. We're going to get on to Tom Cannon later on. How have Man City managed to spend 59 million on players and not have a transfer embargo? I mean, that 115 charges keeps going on, doesn't it? Sounds like a pub team talking now, paid thousands a week. Rudkin picked Cooper, then top followed up with Ruud van Nistelrooy. Might as well let Susan Whelan have a go. Can't do much worse. I mean, talking to Rob Tanner the other day about Susan Whelan, she don't really have much to do with the football side of things now. She does the general side of things at Leicester. Rudkin obviously picked Cooper, which I thought was a panic appointment, should never have happened. Top wasn't 100% committed on the whole Cooper appointment himself, which even got said by John Percy. Cody and Vestergaard need to go out. I mean, Cody's a leader in the dressing room, but I don't think he's got the levels at the minute in the Premier League. You know, he lacks pace. Vestergaard lacks pace, and you can't. You know, the back four that played against Fulham were the same back four that played a part in the relegation in 2023. Cannon sold, signings incoming, hopefully. Do you know anything about the big Serbian defender at Milan? I know he played last night in the Champions League for AC Milan team, but I can't tell you much more. But would you want to swap Champions League for a relegation battle? Let me know in the comments. I don't think anybody would, to be fair, but the fans were right chanting that. Made $500,000 on Cannon. Is Mad still out? Yes, he is. I don't know how long he's out for. I mean, there's not really been a time frame after from Ruud. Mad said he is recovering. Obviously, he was on the LCFC TV thing the other day, so he said he is recovering, but let's see when he will be back. How many players are we going to be looking at? And then they get snatched up by saying Leicester this season, this transfer window seemed to be very linked FC, you know, eyeing up FC. Do you get what I mean? The Ndidi loan rumour is very worrying as well. Yeah, I mean, if it went, I think John Ruckin would bloody get rid of him, to be fair. I mean, Ndidi, I think he signed a 3-year contract, was it, in the summer? Obviously, yeah, the injuries are all lies. Well, I don't think the club even know how long they're out for, and that's worrying as well. Ndidi should be back soon. Don't know about Mads. Won't be back for Spurs, though. Ruud van Nistelrooy isn't a bad manager. Look at the team he's got. Yeah, the thing is, this isn't Ruud's team. Ruud isn't going to make this team world beaters. He isn't. Let's be honest. I mean, yeah, it's a big. Exactly. Why would he come to us? Would be nice, though. Did you see the stat that James Justin cost his team more points than any other player in the Premier League? 14 and counting. Awful. Yeah, I guess you can look at that stat with Justin, but I just don't think you can single out one player, to be fair, on the whole team this season. If I'm honest, the whole team collectively have got to take the brunt of it. You've got to take accountability, haven't they? You know, and this is it. No way. Nobody would. We are looking at hundreds, but ain't buying any. Yeah. Different day, same crap. Yeah, Spurs are won tonight, aren't they? Was it 3-2? I know they're starting to get their injuries back, aren't they? Leicester, of course. Can be Leicester. Evening, Simon. Hope you're well, mate. Can see you in the comments. Hope you're well, fellow. Hope you're good. I'd put every player on the sale this month. I mean, it could be a fire sale, to be fair. I know a good friend of mine. I did put that on Instagram earlier about a fire sale when talking about the Ndidi one. Yeah, it's worrying, isn't it? This club is in a real mess, and it's not going to get fixed unless we start making big decisions and that, you know. And like I say, if you're not going to back the manager in this January transfer window when he needs to be backed the most and bring his own players in, then what chance we got? But it just feels like there's too many lies, man. Lies and lies and lies, man. It's like, yeah, walk back here. We'll give you this. I mean, Ruud himself was probably expected to be backed. It's why he took the job, you know. They said, we'll give you these funds in January. And where are they? You know? I don't think he'd have took the job if he said, oh, we're only signing Woyo Koulibaly with like £3 million bloody transfer spend. Do you know what I mean? No manager would do it. Let's have a look at this profit and sustainability thing then. With continuing profit and sustainability, concerns Leicester are struggling to find the funds to give Ruud van Nistelrooy any significant squad additions. So far, they have only recruited fullback Woyo Koulibaly from Parma for £3 million. So this is the main thing here, isn't it? The main point. Leicester are struggling to find the funds to give Ruud van Nistelrooy any significant additions. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, to be fair. How are we kind of struggling to even give him anything? Do you get what I mean? When you bring a manager in, you've got to back him. You know, and it just feels like they've got what? It just feels like they've got part of an eye on the championship. Do you get what I mean? And it just doesn't seem confident at all. You know, struggling to back the manager with any funds. Do you get what I mean? It just feels like there's quite a bit into it with whole Ruud being unhappy and with lack of thingy, it kind of makes sense with what Rob Tanner's put in his article and that. And yeah, it just doesn't seem to be quite going swimmingly, does it, to be fair? And it just feels like the truth's not being told, in my opinion. But yeah, to read that and say that struggling to find funds to give him, I mean, that probably just shows we're even struggling to bring anybody in this January transfer window. But absolute shit show. Well, you said it. Leicester is good season in the Championship and be given another contract. Yeah, Vestergaard probably will get any. They'll probably give a contract to Danny Ward, pinning down on yay or naysayers and saying, yeah. Sold out Rodgers and then Enzo, now Ruud. I know we brought two of their back four after beating them 9-0. I think Michael's on about Southampton. I mean, I remember the 2021 thing when we brought Vestergaard and Bertrand in. Some would call them the Chuckle Brothers. It ain't the capital cost that affects PSR. It's the crazy wages we are paying dog walkers. We've been paying out big wages for years, Tony. You get what I mean? I put Vestergaard 70 grand. You got Edouard now who's sitting on 90 grand a week. You know, a lot of players are sitting on big wages. Do you get what I mean? You got Championship players in that squad who are sitting on massive wages. I think Leicester's in the top 10 for biggest wages in the Premier League. It's worrying, isn't it? But we'll be the same for the next manager. Rudkin searching down the sofa for a few quid. Doing that as we speak. Keep swapping managers. The next manager is someone else's. Yeah. Who could blame Ruud for leaving if he's been lied to again? This is it. You know, I wouldn't blame him personally if he did leave. If he did walk. But the thing is, I just feel sometimes you can probably criticise Ruud on the trial and error thing, playing the same players. Obviously, we've not got a lot of options, but maybe try a different formation or something like that. Maybe try something different. You know, try and do something, but it just doesn't. This squad just hasn't got the fight in it, the hunger. It just doesn't seem it. Rudkin stopping and things. Danny Ward, Leicester, the new Watford. I mean, they're on the verge of sacking Tom Cleverley. I don't know if anyone's watched that tonight regarding some of the stuff that's been coming out. Tom Cleverley at Watford, obviously ex-Leicester City loanee. He looks like he's getting sacked by Watford with being 1 point off the playoffs. I mean, the Watford seem to sack managers every bloody 6 months. Do you get what I mean? I think they'll give Danny Ward a new contract. They probably will, to be fair, to be back five, get rid of Ward, or luck might change. I don't think that's going to change it, to be fair, Terry. But yeah, something drastic has got to happen now. 11 days left in the window. Profit and sustainability concerns have been talked about again. The board struggling to find money to back Ruud is very worrying, if you ask me. And like I say, could Ruud do what he did to PSV and walk with not being backed? You know, Ruud spoke that he wanted to bring in a number of players. I think a sense back one of them, a striker, winger, and them types of things get thrown in about. But all the players, I mean, we've been linked with a bloody Cardiff City player. Do you get what I mean? I think he's a winger in the Wales international team as well. But it's just hearsay and speculation, and nothing ever seems to be done. You know what I mean? Woyo Koulibaly was concrete. That came out by Damasio, so that's something you could believe. But yeah, it was just a rookie Justin Facundo is unhappy with his playing time at LCFC. Justin Facundo is unhappy with his playing time at LCFC. Justin, really? That's something I've not really read. Yeah, Tom Colomosi. Facundo Buonanotte has been unhappy with his lack of playing time. Brighton even thought to have considered whether to cancel the season-long loan agreement. Well. And he's been one of our best players this season, Facundo. He's been a very valuable player to the squad. You get what I mean? The guy plays with passion, man. And he's been a real important player to our squad this season. And it just doesn't seem to be getting any better. Tom Colomosi is the one who's brought that up regarding Facundo Buonanotte. Borrowing more money again against Premier League TV rights is absolutely insane. Yeah, they have took a loan out from the marquee bank, haven't they, the Australian bank. Will it stop us going home and away? No, it won't. I mean, we'll always back the team, won't we, Terry, mate, no matter who the players are or whatever it is, Not surprised when he's got bloody Jordan Ayew starting over him. Tom Cannon would have been great for us in the Championship next season. Crazy business once again. It's madness. Absolute carnage, but let's have a look at this one. Ndidi's interest and Edouard's latest. Obviously, quite a lot of people want to see Edouard leave Leicester City, so we can bring another player in. The first one to report it was, let me just find it here. So, Oluwashina Ekeleje. He was the first one to report it about Monaco and Atletico Madrid interested in Ndidi. French club Monaco have opened tours to sign Ndidi, but Ruud van Nistelrooy not ready to lose one of his key players in a battle to avoid the drop. Obviously, Atletico Madrid have also inquired. Fabrizio Romano has obviously touched on that as well. Monaco considering Wifred Ndidi, one of the main options on their list for the final days. The loan move with buy option clause is not easy at all. Ndidi has a buyout clause, but Leicester are not opening doors to loaning yet at this stage. I mean, if Ndidi goes out on loan, it really summers up, let's be fair, the amount of bad decisions we've made. And Ndidi is one of our most crucial midfielders. Obviously, he's out at the minute injured. But if AS Monaco was to sign him this transfer window, I think, what sort of price tag are we looking at if they are to go and sign him permanently? But if we send him out on loan, we're in obligation to buy it. It's laughable. Would you leave a club when you're on 120 grand a week? No. Was only on 80 grand a week, 8k a week. Why let him go? Indeed, he won't leave if injured. Can we not send Samare off instead? Samare, some would say, has he been good in a poor Leicester team? Obviously, he's had some decent games, Samare, and this season, you can't knock him, but proves he's not injured then. The thing is, Leicester, you don't know who's bloody injured, do you, at times, and if they're just not playing them because other clubs can buy them. Do you get what I'm saying? Indeed, he's got interest then from Atletico and AS Monaco. I think that's something we need to keep an eye on over the next coming days for sure. Does looking fancy spelling Monaco. I mean, probably at the Grand Prix, mate. Next one is Edmund Brack about Odsonne Edouard. Leicester obviously are looking to offload Edouard back to Crystal Palace. Obviously, Leicester, I think, would have to pay the whole of his contract to terminate his deal. But I think the only way we'd get him back to Palace is if Palace recall him and they get a good offer like they have here. But I don't know why they've not accepted it. Crystal Palace striker Odsonne Edouard is currently on loan with Leicester City and has turned down the chance to join Atlanta United. The MLS side submitted £15 million last week for the French striker. Obviously, he does sit on another 90 grand a week. Obviously, I think Palace are paying an extra 30 grand a week. So 120 grand at Crystal Palace, and Leicester's paying 90 of it. So it's fucking embarrassing. It is. And he's not playing. This is the thing. He's just sitting here picking up a wage, and he's not playing. It's mad. You might as well just play him, innit? Hi, Jack. What are your thoughts on Ruud van Nistelrooy from our sister club going to West Ham for 13 million? I think that's the £13 million package, 10 million plus 3 add-ons. Why has he not come to us? This is the thing. I mean, we've got a sister club in Leuven, where we sent a Poku. Andy King went there at once upon a time and stuff like that. And this is the thing. Why have we not picked up players? I mean, Watford used to do it from Udinese, innit, where they picked up Delafeu, Alman Abdi, and players like that. You know, why are Leicester not looked at a signing from Leuven or something like that? Surely we'd have first dibs regarding us owning that club, but we'd rather sell them players to West Ham. But the thing is, we can't go and take, because Leuven are getting £10 million, we can't go and put that into Leicester's bank and make us buy players because you get done for fraud. But yeah, it's madness. Banzuzi probably could have done well for us. Probably could have been a player. He looks highly rated. £15 million for him. Rejected the MLS. Yeah. Edouard, you know, we're not going to get rid of him unless a team comes in for him. Easy Rookin doesn't know how to negotiate himself. Apparently, many big clubs have been looking at Banzuzi. Yeah, I've seen that. Is he Dutch international? Is it Banzuzi? Any news on Strahinja Pavlovic? No, it's just speculation again. There's no concrete evidence to suspect that we are interested in him. But then why would he swap Champions League football with AC Milan for bloody Leicester? Do you get what I mean? Yeah, he is. I thought so. He could go on to bigger and better things then, but it's just madness. It's mad. It's a shambles. It is regarding transfer business and that. We just can't seem to get anything done. You see Ipswich, they've signed 4 players this transfer window. Southampton have signed 3 players this transfer window. They're relegation battlers who are really looking to strengthen their squad to get out of this mess. But Leicester have just stood still, twiddling their thumbs, you know, and it's not good. I remember one window, we ended up signing Ryan Bennett. Yeah, better left. Not talking about that one. Tete as well. Quick Suter. Yeah, just not good, is it? Tete was a one-game wonder. Suter, 16 appearances, and yeah, off to Sheffield United on loan, and yeah, I think they might sign him in the end of the season. Harry Suter. Are you Ruud in and out? Ruud's got a difficult job on his hands. I mean, I'd like to see him play different players than the ones who keep bloody starting every week in the same team, because they just don't seem to be doing anything. But the thing is, it's, yeah, sold a lot of Brazilian flags for what? Do you get what I mean? It's madness. Tom Cannon, obviously gone on a permanent deal today. I'd rather have kept him at the club, if I'm honest with you. Tom Cannon is going to Premier League hopefuls this season, Sheffield United, on a permanent deal. I think it's a 4.5-year contract, I believe it is. £10 million plus, I think it's £3 million add-ons. So it's about a £30 million package for Tom Cannon. I think Tom Cannon probably could have offered something here, but yeah, it's he's gone Sheffield United, and yeah, these decisions, man, and yeah, Leicester have gone with where they can get the asset, you know. And do you think we'd actually go and spend this 10 million wisely on players? Probably not. Selling Cannon was the dumbest decision the club will make. Yeah, this is it. We could have Pep, and we could still be go. This is it. I don't think any manager, a good manager, would come in and change this around. You could have Ferguson, you could have Pep, you could have Klopp, you could even have Jose Mourinho. I mean, Jose Mourinho would be bloody in the stands off the time because he gets sent off. Hi all. Hope everyone is okay. Hello, Scott. How are you? Ruud should change the formation to 3 at the back and wing backs. Just try something. This is it. Maybe that's a bit of criticism we could probably put there. Jit, to be fair. I've said it. Cannon is mostly underrated character on this. Yeah, I agree, Simon. I think he would offer something different to us. Do you get what I mean? But obviously, it just doesn't look like the case, does it? You know, and Hamza Chowdhury, I mean, he's still at Leicester. Sheffield United seemed very annoyed with Leicester regarding that one, that they was going to sort that deal out. It just feels like we're really slow and nothing's just getting done quickly, and we just bang on about this every transfer window. And bringing Sean Dyche, I mean, I don't know, mate, to be fair. Let's have a look at this regarding the Championship. This is another one from Rob Tanner's article. The second of a second relegation from the Premier League in 3 seasons could be huge for Leicester, greater than when they were dropped down to the Championship in 22-23 because of PSR. The English Football League is expected to pursue sanctions on Leicester related to last season if a breach is proven, and the matter of jurisdiction is established in the current arbitration process that is ongoing with the Premier League. So, yeah, the Premier League, and we're still ongoing with them. The Championship, EFL, yeah, they want to slap us with bloody good sort of deduction, whatever, don't they? But why are we bothered about Cannon going when we have IU? Well, the club won't progress unless the board is removed. Yeah, we've got to make big decisions in the board, you know. But like I say, Top's the only one who can make them big decisions, you know, and that's the thing. Could be worse, could be Spurs. They played tonight and won. Well, this is it. JJ is tucking in as a left centre back. Yeah, that's the thing, you see. But yeah, a lot's been discussed. Let me know your thoughts on it, as always. If you're watching this on playback, let me know what your thoughts are on Tom Cannon, Wifred Ndidi, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and everything that's been discussed this stream. Would appreciate it, as always, if you can get involved. Let me put that back on. If you've enjoyed this stream, hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed to the Final Whistle. Please get down and do so. It'd help me out massively if you can. We are on the road to 5K subscribers, so if we can hit the subscribe button, it's free. It would help me out. Appreciate all the support as always. You guys make this channel what it is. And yeah, best just posted another video. Yeah, it's mad, Simon, honestly. But yeah. Match preview tomorrow. Leicester head to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this weekend. Is both sides look to get back to winning ways in the league then, and yeah, let's see what happens. And can the Foxes end this losing streak and go on to more positive things? Let's see. I'll be there for the game on Sunday. And yeah, there'll be a match day vlog out for the game as well. Looks at your guys' thoughts as well ahead of the game. Do instant match reactions after if you've watched them. And yeah, go and check out the chat with Rob Tanner. Leicester City in trouble. We chatted with Rob Tanner from The Athletic, the Leicester City correspondent, a few days ago. We sat down and discussed everything regarding Leicester, even Ruud van Nistelrooy. Yeah, so yeah, go and check everything out. And yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And yeah, take care. Keep it at the Final Whistle and up the city. Hi all. Thank you for watching the Final Whistle. If you enjoy all our content, please remember to smash a like, share and subscribe to the channel.